Mental health is just as important for us children as it is for adults. That is why we spoke to the experts from the Children's Institute at UCT about their contribution to the 2022 Child Gauge on Child and Adolescent Mental Health. Stay tuned for educational entertainment right now on RX Radio.
How does having a disability or long-term condition affect a child's mental health?
So we have different disabilities, and if I could just remind us that the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability spells it out very nicely for us. They talk about the whole range of disabilities. So it could be intellectual disability, it could be physical disability, mental disability, a variety of disabilities. So when you ask me the question about how does it affect people with disabilities, of course, children, adolescents, and adults with disabilities are a wide range of people, each of them unique. So obviously, the effect would be different on different people. So if I were a person with a disability of any of those types that I mentioned to you, and I live in a supportive environment, I've got all the necessary accommodations I need, whether it's a wheelchair or it's space at school to be able to get reading support if I have a reading disability, my life is going to be so much easier than if I am left without those supports. Even if you don't have a disability, people are not completely independent. We all are embedded in society. We all need society supports, and people with disabilities may need additional supports, but nevertheless they're no different to other people in terms of the fact that human beings need support. The support of your family, are they accepting of your disability? Do they help you grow and make the best of the capabilities you do have? In your school, are they accommodating to your needs? Is there stigma? Is there discrimination? Is there bullying at school, or is there an accepting platform? In your neighborhood, are places accessible? So can you see that society can impact on how the quality of your life, and therefore on your mental state, and whether you're going to feel a sense of self-esteem, a sense of self-acceptance, a sense of I can do it in the world, I am capable, I am part of society. So yes, having a long-standing disability can affect your life, but it can affect it in positive ways if you have the right support, or it can affect it in negative ways if society does not support you with your additional needs, as they may be.
Because I have a Down syndrome brother, and our family, we always support him, and we'd give him what he needs. We'd give him the love that he needs. And he is a very good person. He is well-mannered and whatnot. But there was also another Down syndrome person in our family, but she was slightly neglected, and she just spiraled out of control, and now she's in a home. So I see what you mean, the support and not having support, how it affects you.
Can I just interrupt you there? And you know that what you've just said is so important, because if you have personal experience, either you are the person with disability or you have a family member with a disability, and you have that experience of how people with disabilities are just ordinary, everyday people who need additional supports, stigma will go and inclusion will happen. And this is what we need for society, for people to be more exposed to mental disabilities and other disabilities or multiple disabilities, so that they can realize that people with disabilities just need to be included like everybody else. So stigma and discrimination can prevent children and adolescents from talking about that disability. Because sometimes it's a hidden disability. If you're feeling down, or as you said, long-term feeling down, and it starts to affect our relationships with people, affect our ability to do the roles that we have, like being a good friend, being at school, helping at home, and we can't be our usual capable self, then maybe it's time to get some support for that. But when people are stigmatizing you, you may not speak up. You may not say, I actually need help.
What message do you have for girls struggling with mental health?
So I think I can speak about girls struggling with mental health, but I'd also like to say to any boys that are listening that this will also apply to them. I would say be your best self. Accept yourself. Realize when people are stigmatizing you. Realize when they're discriminating against you, and resolve not to allow that to become part of how you see yourself. Make sure that you come into society, that you speak up, and if you cannot speak up, that you get appropriate support to speak up, because the more people engage with you as a girl or a boy with a disability or a transgendered person with a disability, the greater the likelihood is that they will change their mind and see that you, as they value themselves, they will come to see that you are also a valuable member of society.
Thank you for the interview. That was really informative and it was a very nice interview. Thank you.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for listening to this interview on 2022 Child Gauge on Child and Adolescent Mental Health. We hope that you learned something new about the importance of taking care of our mental health. This was put together by RX Radio, a radio station by and for children at Red Cross War Memorial Children's Hospital. If you'd like to find out more about the Child Gauge interviews, visit our YouTube channel or head over to the Children's Institute website at www.ci.uct.ac.za. That's www.ci.uct.ac.za. RX Radio by and for children.